As I've mentioned before, I didn't go to film school or have any formal training of any kind. I just picked things up as I went along, first observing as an actor, and then by watching films, by watching YouTube videos, and by reading books. So I thought I'd show you the books that I keep here, which I reference from time to time. Some admittedly I've only ever read once, but I will be coming back to. And they're not things you need to read all the time. They're things I use as reference books, really, and I go to them when I have something I need to work out or think about or prepare for. That's when I go to them. So I thought I'd take you through them in case they may be of interest to you as well. Okay, the first book I think I got was this, Film Directing Fundamentals. And it's kind of a general overview of everything. So it gives you a little bit of everything about the whole process of directing films and going through pre-production and how you approach scenes and what you do on set, all that kind of thing. It's like a general cover-all kind of book. That's the way I look at it. And it has lots of examples and things that you can go through. So I thought it was a really good starting point. And I have lots of books around film directing, as you might expect. So I'm just going to go through briefly these because they're essentially all looking at directing from a different viewpoint, or from the writer's experience viewpoint, or their view of how directing should be. I've got this one called The Film Director Prepares, Making Movies, The Film Director's Intuition, and Directing Actors. And you might think, being an actor as well, that you don't need a book about directing actors. You probably know all that stuff. But the truth is, you never know anything. You never know everything. Maybe that was a Freudian slip. But each actor is so very different, and understanding how to approach them, what things work best for them, that's something you can never ever have enough insight into, because the more you can connect with the actor you're working with, it should lead to, well, maybe I should say it could lead to a better performance. So getting, excuse me, so getting other viewpoints and getting some insights and some tips and ways to go about approaching actors, you can never get enough of it. And that applies to all these directing books. It's all about getting different viewpoints, all about seeing how other people work. And you never ever know. I mean, you should never assume that, you've got it all sorted out, because you never do, ever. So you just try and glean things from here and there and everywhere to help you on your path. So those are those ones. And I have some specific kind of technical ones as well. This one is all about production design. This one is about color in storytelling. This one is about editing. And this one is about writing. Now, I have had other writing books. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I had 3 Sid Fields books. Save the Cat all of those I've given away. So that's just, I don't know. If I feel like I've got what I need from it and the things that I need to reference I can get to easily myself, like on YouTube or something, or if I just feel like someone else has the need, I'm more than happy to give people my stuff, you know, because I know it's going to get used and help them. So, you know, what's the point of hanging on to things? You know, really. This is a really interesting book, Art History for Filmmaking, which gives you images, paintings and art that uses reference or inspiration or give you ideas. And I think it's always interesting to find a piece of art or a period of art or an artist whose work connects with the movie you're trying to make. And this gives you some insights about, you know, realism and violence and things like that, themes you might have in your work. And it's just, I found it really interesting to read anyway. This book is about trying to make money from independent film. And it's a bit, it has lots of good information in it. It has, it's trying to change your mindset around independent film to try and help you have the best chance of making some money. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but, you know, I don't agree with everything in all of the books I've shown you. So, but it's just good to have a little insight, because this is definitely not an area of strength for me. I love the creating, I love the making, but at the very front, getting money, at the very back, you know, getting distribution, definitely areas that are not comfort areas for me. So looking at books like that can only help. Excuse me. And I've left the two books that I like best to last, and they're both written by the same guy. They're called The Filmmaker's Eye and The Language of the Lens. And I really like these books. They talk about not just going through you know, standard shots with some great examples, but they also talk about a whole visual system as a way to look at how you choose your shots, how you shoot your film. You know, incorporating not just the shot, but color and light and every aspect of filmmaking, really. And I found that really enjoyable, informative, and it has parts about, in each sort of shot size, say, it talks about an example from a film you probably know. It talks about the meaning of the shot. And it also talks about the convention. This is the conventional two-shot, say. But it talks about breaking the rules, about how you can shoot that in a way which breaks convention, but still portrays what you're trying to portray with that shot, but in a different, interesting way, which may or may not work for your film. So they're the books that I have right now. I may get more in the future. I may give away some, who knows. But as I said at the start, I tend to use them as reference books now. If I'm going to, I don't know, go talk with a bunch of actors I don't know, I might go and look on some of those books around talking with actors or directing actors. And if I'm going to talk to a cinematographer, I might, go look at the Filmmaker's Eye books and just sort of go through them again. And the same for every different element that I've gone through. I just realized talking, the one thing I haven't got is a book about sound and music. So I'll have to put that on my Santa's list, I think. Thanks for watching. It'd be great if you could like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you'd like to support further, you can buy me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. I hope to see you in the next one.